I want to talk about the waiting. Not the waiting that comes from preparation or process or the specific kind of patience that builds something real. The other kind. The waiting that has no clear endpoint. The waiting that feels like readiness, but functions like paralysis. The waiting where you are fully capable of the next move, and you know what the next move is, and something keeps you exactly where you are. You know what I am talking about, the thing you have been ready to do, for longer than makes sense. The direction you have known was right for months or years. The version of yourself you have been preparing to step into that somehow never fully arrives because the conditions are never quite right, or the timing never quite lines up, or the right person has not yet confirmed what you already know. That is not preparation. That is a mechanism the Matrix installed in you a long time ago. And today, I am going to name it precisely and dismantle it completely. Here is how the permission mechanism was installed. It did not arrive as a single instruction. It arrived across years of small moments where acting without approval produced a cost, a reaction from someone whose opinion mattered, a room that went quiet when you moved before you were supposed to, a relationship where your initiative was met with resistance often enough that waiting became the safer default. And you learned. The way you learn anything that involves surviving in a system not designed for you. You learned that moving without permission was expensive, that the path of least resistance ran through approval first, that the version of yourself that waited for the signal was the version that avoided the cost. The Matrix did not put you in a cage. It taught you to build one yourself and sit inside it voluntarily. And the most sophisticated part of the whole operation is this. The cage does not feel like a cage from the inside. It feels like wisdom. It feels like patience. It feels like the responsible choice made by someone who has learned how things work. It feels like waiting for the right moment, rather than admitting that the right moment has been here for a long time, and something else entirely is the reason you have not moved. I want you to get specific about this, because the permission you have been waiting for has a face, or several faces, and until you name them clearly, the mechanism keeps running underneath everything without being examined. For some of you, it is apparent. The original authority, whose approval shaped everything that came after, whose voice became the internal standard against which every significant move gets measured before it is made, who may not even be present in your life anymore, but whose judgment still runs as background code in every decision that matters. For some of you, it is a community, a group whose belonging you value enough that moving outside what they sanction feels like a risk to something you cannot afford to lose. So you wait for the collective signal. You watch to see if anyone else moves first. You calibrate your pace to what the group considers appropriate, rather than what you actually know. For some of you, it is circumstances, the right opportunity, the right resources, the right level of readiness, an ever-shifting horizon of conditions that need to be met before the move is legitimate. And the conditions keep shifting because conditions were never the actual issue. Here is what I need you to understand about every single one of those sources. None of them have the authority you gave them. Not the parent, not the community, not the circumstances. The authority you placed in those sources was never theirs to hold. It was yours. And the day you placed it outside yourself was the day the waiting began. Let me tell you what I actually require from you. Not permission gathered from the right sources, in the right order, before the right circumstances arrive. Not a fully assembled case that justifies the move to everyone who might question it. Not a version of readiness that satisfies every concern and eliminates every risk and has the approval of every person whose opinion you have been carrying. Movement. Imperfect movement in the right direction is worth more than perfect stillness, waiting for the conditions to be ideal. A step taken without complete certainty builds more than a year of planning that never reaches the door. This is not recklessness. I am not telling you to move without discernment or to ignore the genuine wisdom that preparation produces. There is a real difference between the patience that builds something and the waiting that prevents it. The difference is this: preparation has a direction. It is moving towards something even when the movement is internal. Waiting for permission has no direction. It is simply suspended in place until an external signal releases it. You know which one you have been in, and you have known for longer than you have admitted. I want to show you something about the people throughout history who moved when everything around them said wait. They did not have permission. Not one of them waited until the system they were about to disrupt gave them the signal to proceed. Not one of them gathered enough approval from the existing structure before they stepped outside it. The ones who built something new, who said the true thing in the rooms that needed to hear it, who moved in the direction they knew was right before the circumstances confirmed it, every single one of them moved without permission and found the ground solid beneath their feet after the step was taken, not before. This is not about ignoring wisdom or accountability or the genuine value of community. This is about the specific thing the Matrix installed, the requirement to have external validation before internal knowing is acted on. Your internal knowing is not waiting for permission to be valid. It was valid before anyone confirmed it. It will be valid whether anyone confirms it or not. The question has never been whether you have enough permission to move. The question has always been whether you trust what you already know enough to move without it. I want you to sit with a specific question. What has the waiting actually cost you? Not as a judgment. As an honest accounting of what remained undone, while the permission that was never coming was being waited for. The version of yourself that did not step forward when it was ready. The thing you knew and did not say because the room had not given you clearance. The move you did not make because the conditions were not yet ideal, and the conditions were still not ideal the following year and the year after that. The waiting felt safe in each individual moment. That is how it maintained itself, and no single moment of waiting felt like a significant loss. But across enough moments, across enough years of the capable version of you holding itself in suspension, the accumulation is significant. I am not telling you this to produce regret. Regret is looking backward at the cost of the waiting and feeling the weight of it without doing anything differently. I am telling you this so that the next time the permission mechanism activates, the next time you feel that familiar suspension, that readiness held just short of movement, by the absence of an external signal, you can name what is happening and make a different choice. Not because you have finally gathered enough permission, because you never needed it. Let me tell you about the door, the one at the end of the waiting room, the one with the gold light underneath it. You have been looking at that door for a long time. You have been aware of it. You have known it was there. You have felt the pull of what is on the other side of it. And you have sat in the waiting room and waited for someone to come and open it for you. The door was never locked. It was never even closed. It has been standing open this entire time, waiting not for permission to be granted, but for you to stand up and walk through it. The waiting room is not a holding area between where you are and where you are going. It is the mechanism itself. The room was built to feel like a necessary stage in the process, like the place you wait until you are called. But there is no calling system. There is no cue. There is no moment when your name is announced and the path opens. There is only the moment you decide that the door being open is enough, that your readiness is enough, that what you carry and what you know and what you have been prepared for across everything this series has been building is enough to stand up and walk through a door that has been open the whole time. My child, the permission you have been waiting for is not coming. Not because you are not worthy of it, not because the move is wrong, or the timing is off, or the version of yourself ready to step forward is not ready enough, because I never required it as the entry point. The mechanism that has been holding you in the waiting room was not placed there by me. It was installed by a system that understood exactly what would happen if you moved without waiting for its signal. A system that knew the specific version of you that acts on what it knows without needing external confirmation is the version it was never built to contain. So it built the waiting room instead, and it made the waiting feel like wisdom, like patience, like the responsible preparation of someone who takes things seriously. You took things seriously. Now take yourself seriously. The door has been open the whole time. You were never waiting to be ready. You were waiting to believe that you already were. That waiting ends today. Subscribe to Matrix Override and turn on notifications. This is part 17. Go back and watch the full series from part 1. Every message builds on the last. Type, "I am moving" in the comments. The door was always open. Now walk through it. Until the next one, awakened choosers.